Hey, it's Rav. I'm over here on the Over Here post-op, here to bring you the ultimate guide to preparing for top surgery. But first, let's go over just a few quick disclaimers. This isn't meant to replace or override anything your surgeon tells you. Please defer to your surgeon as much as possible. If you have any questions, ask them and not stranger on the internet. This is mostly just to kind of summarize and put together the different pieces of information you'll probably find across the internet, and I fill in gaps a little bit based on my own experience and based on the experiences of people that I know. And again, I'm not a doctor. I'm really not. I'm breaking this guide down into 4 categories basically, and the first is going to be work and or school. The second is going to be medication and medical supplies. The third is going to be health, nutrition, and hygiene. And the fourth is going to be just home. And I'll also be making a blog version of this, which you'll be able to find on the link down below. And let's get to it. So the first category is work and or school. And so the first thing is informing them. You're gonna want to inform work and or school that you can need time off in order to recover from your surgery. And for work, that'll look like a leave of absence of some sort. And for school, that'll probably look like time off school of some sort, or getting some deadlines and dates moved around. Keep in mind that you don't need to tell them exactly what surgery you're getting. Medical information is still private information, so they don't really have like a requirement unless there's a legal requirement of some sort that they need to know about it. And if you do want to give some form of context to them, which will help inform how they adjust to your needs, you can say that you're going to be under general anesthesia and you won't have much upper body mobility for about a month, and you won't be able to lift anything heavy, and you won't be able to lift your arms above your head. Wherever applicable, apply for like benefits or like medical insurance or anything like that. It will help pay for some of the bills while you're recovering from surgery and not able to work. And if possible, have some money saved and put aside. Coordinate with work and or school to develop like how you want to go back, and what that could look like would be light duties for work, or it could be for school you might need some things moved around, some accommodations, stuff like that. You'll have to look into that. The amount of time off that you're going to need will depend largely on the kind of work or school that you do and how physical that is, and also on your own body and your own healing and your own health and stuff like that. In my case, I work a desk job that I do at home, so it's a work from home job. So I only took a week and a half off of work, and honestly, I probably could have just been back to work in a week or less, but that's just me. I also did start working out and weightlifting just about a month after surgery. I have people that I know who needed more than 2 months or so before they could get back into like weightlifting and gym stuff. So it depends. Coordinate with your school or work or whatever on where you're at with your healing. But more or less, a desk job where you won't be moving around too much will probably be good to go back to in like 2 or so weeks. While a more physical job, which will include like a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of moving around, a lot of moving your hands above your head, you're gonna wanna have like 4 to 6 weeks at least. Going into the second category, which is medical supplies and medication, stock up on Tylenol and Advil or whatever your surgeon recommends for pain management, because I've seen some surgeons say that Advil is a no-go, and then my surgeon personally told me Tylenol and Advil is like just fine. Double check with your surgeon. Lozenges might be helpful because your throat will probably be kind of dry and sore and raw after the surgery from the like breathing apparatus and stuff that they put down your throat. You'll also probably want to avoid dairy and stuff like that on the first night, because that's just not going to be fun. Stock up on Vaseline or polysporin or something like that, because that'll be part of your care for your nipple grafts to keep them from drying out. Typically, you'll probably be stuck lying on your back for at least the first week, maybe more, and if your stomach and acid reflux and stuff like that acts up when you're lying on your back, Tums or Malux, gravel and ginger will be handy for if you're going to be nauseous after surgery. Benadryl or anything like that would help with itchiness after surgery, and itchiness will probably be from the tape and bandages and stuff like that, or even from when your incisions and stitches will start to heal. They'll start getting pretty itchy. Also, you'll want to have some over-the-counter stool softeners because you'll probably be constipated and bloated after surgery. Personally, I ended up taking one I think on the 2nd or 3rd day because I was backed up and hadn't let loose. Band-aids or bandages with a non-stick center padding will be helpful, and you want to have them at 3 inch by 3 inch or 3.5 inch by 3.5 inch, and that will be for your nipple grafts and for covering them and keeping them safe and clean. Get gauze and medical tape because that'll be useful in case you need to like put some extra padding on your dressings. Post-op compression vest or post-op compression binder, that's going to be typically provided to you or sold to you by the surgeon, but you can also get a secondary one that you might want to have on hand just in case you feel like you want to have something to change into when your current binder is being washed. That said, ACE bandages are an option as well. I personally used them when my binders were being washed, and it was very helpful because I felt that I could control a little bit better where the compression was at its tightest, and it helped ease things a bit when my chafing got really bad at certain spots. But be sure to double check with your surgeon if that's okay with them. Have your surgeon's contact information readily available and visible to whoever is going to be part of your aftercare, and for yourself as well, just in case there's an emergency. Going into the third category now, that's going to be health, nutrition, and hygiene. Meal plan as much as possible. stock up on groceries. Depending on your surgeon and what they recommend, you may want to shave your chest and armpits before surgery, just because the tape and the bandages and stuff will not be fun, and you'll be chafing and not pleased with how it feels. But also double check, because I've seen that some surgeons do not recommend you shaving right before surgery, so look into that and double check. Personally, I found it helpful when I shaved before surgery because there was less things for the tape to stick to and wrestle with. If haircuts are typically part of your routine and if they're very affirming to you, try and get a haircut before surgery so that you're feeling fresh and you don't feel too scruffy and gross in the weeks after surgery. Get into the habit of staying hydrated, and as much as possible try and eat like a little bit healthier. I struggle with that personally. I still do. I'm trying to be better with it, but it's still a battle. That said, try and get yourself as healthy as you can, and at the very least, try and get into the habit of staying hydrated. Stock up on protein, because that's going to be helpful with your healing. Protein would look like meat or nuts or anything like that. See what works best for you, what works best for your dietary restrictions and preferences. Also try and have some nice, soft, easy to eat foods ready for the night that you come home after surgery, because you're probably going to be really groggy and you won't have much of an appetite, and your throat will also still be pretty raw. So jello, popsicles, soup, that stuff that will like go nice and easy down the throat will be really helpful for getting some sustenance into you post-op. If fitness is a priority to you, really try and build up your pec muscles before surgery so that your surgeon will have more of a base to work with when they contour your new chest. As much as possible as well, try and strengthen your shoulders and back before surgery, because after surgery you're gonna be really hunched over and your shoulders and back are gonna be feeling their worst. So if you're gonna get them in like as good of a position as you can before surgery, that's gonna be really good. Try and get as much sleep and rest as you can before surgery. Quit smoking or using nicotine or whatever before surgery. Different surgeons will have different recommendations for how long you have to be off of it before surgery, but ideally stop as soon as possible. You can continue like after, but just give it time and let yourself heal a little bit. Many surgeons will want you to not be smoking months before surgery. Wet wipes and washcloths will be really nice to have on hand, because you probably won't be able to shower or bathe yourself for the first week after surgery, so maintaining hygiene will be nice. Some surgeons will advise against alcohol intake about a week before surgery. I personally drank like the weekend before my surgery, so also remove your piercings before surgery. Going into the fourth category, the last category, home is where the heart is. Have a bed table of some sort or a tray table or whatever. That will be really helpful for like at least the first night, because that's when you're gonna be pretty groggy and not really able to do much. Stock up on button down or zip up kind of tops, because you won't be able to like squeeze yourself into a t-shirt post-op, because you won't be able to put your arms above your head. Shorts or sweats that are easy to slip into. Also have footwear that's easy to slip into, especially on surgery day, because you're gonna be way too groggy to like dress yourself properly after surgery. The nurse was the one that helped me get dressed, because I was just noodly arms, noodly everything. If you can, try and get your hands on a wedge pillow or maternity pillow, because those will be really helpful for just propping yourself up after surgery, especially if you're bad at sleeping on your back. I personally found it really helpful to have a wedge pillow, because it helped with getting into and out of bed, and it just helped with not feeling so flat on my back. Wash and change your sheets the night before or even the morning before your surgery, so you come home and lie down on a nice, very clean surface. Arrange for support for pet care or child care after surgery, because you won't be able to lift your loved little being for the first month or so after surgery, and that's gonna be not fun for anyone involved. If you have a dog that needs to be walked, you may need help walking the dog for like the first week or so. I personally was able to eventually walk my dog by tying like a bungee kind of leash around my waist, and that was helpful, but it was very hard to control her if she would get reactive and I couldn't quite pull her away. So keep that in mind. Have someone who could help you out, or try and strategize ways that will help you get around that issue. Also, maybe cut your pet's nails before surgery, because yeah, my cat's claws were not fun post-op. In conclusion, getting ready for surgery is a whole thing. I didn't even dig too much into like the mental health side of things and even the support side of things, like how to support someone recovering from top surgery. I didn't quite get into that. I could get into that in another video. If anyone's interested in that, let me know. Either way, try and get used to asking for help and accepting help, because I know that's very hard for some people. It was kind of hard for me. I tended to prefer my partner offering things than me asking for things, and that made things a little bit tricky sometimes when my partner didn't know that I needed help with something. So there's that. Just get into the habit of asking and receiving help. Good luck with your top surgery. Heal well, recover well. See y'all soon. Bye.